Hello and welcome back to NaturalStateNversion. My name's Ross, and guys, I've missed you. I've been trying to get this video out for the past 2 or 3 days, and I apologize, but I finally got it for you. First off, if you haven't already, go down there, hit the subscribe button. It doesn't take that long, and hit the like button twice, and then hit it. Let's see. One more time. So that's 3 times. Hit the like button 3 times, and then comment. That would be great. But if you don't mind, I'm gonna go over a few things that have happened since we have last talked. First off, I was talking to my friend Peter. He said that it was released that the next set storyline includes Ob Nixilis. I wasn't familiar with Ob Nixilis because I wasn't playing Magic at the time he came out. So he proceeded to tell me that Ob Nixilis is the Demon's Planeswalker. It's like, that's really cool. And then he used to be human. Chainveil changed him. Remember that sweet card, Chainveil? He used to be on Zendikar, his powers were taken away, and then he got them back. So what's going to happen next in the storyline? And, you know, Elspeth and Vivian, those are my girls. And I do like me a Tezzeret too. Another update that I have for you is actually about the mail days that we have had. I think that thus far we've had 2, and we were waiting on 1 card, and 1 card only. And I was afraid that it was going to get lost because I bought it on a Sunday, and since it was bought on a Sunday, it had to ship on a Monday. So what was interesting about this card, it's the Wandering Emperor. On that Sunday, I guess a lot of people wanted that card, and a lot of people bought it on Sunday apparently, because like a day or 2 later, the card skyrocketed. And yeah, I figured maybe it got pulled, but maybe it got lost. Genuinely, it is what it is. Refunded my money, no problem. Is what it is. You win some, you lose some, right? So now, can we agree that sometimes, you know, when you're driving in your car, when you see something happen, or you see a picture, you think of a Magic card, or man, that would look cool on a Magic card. Some folks have Star Wars themed decks, video game decks. I personally have a Conker's Bad Fur Day deck, which is a Nintendo 64 game. You could have a Super Mario themed deck. Either way, sometimes you might want to make a proxy. And I have a very easy way, which I learned from another YouTuber named Mox Cardboard TV. And I'm going to link him down below. He is very thorough, and he can teach you a lot of different stuff that I can't teach you. I, on the other hand, am going to teach you a very quick and very rough way to make a meme card for Facebook, or if you wanted to print it off for a proxy in a deck for something. All right, so let's go. So I'm just sitting there going through Facebook, minding my own business, right? And of course, my Magic the Gathering groups provide me with all sorts of funny Magic the Gathering content. And this was what I saw first. And it is Savage Punch. That's right. That's right. Then I scrolled a little bit more. And then I saw the best one of all. Force of Will Smith. Right? He said, "Get my wife's name out of your effing mouth." Right? So then I started thinking to myself, man, I would like to make a proxy myself. What if you had like I don't know, maybe captive audience, and you want to spice that up with the current event as well? You could do that. You could do that just like this. Or you could just combine Teferi's protection, right? It's just a different version. It's a proxied version of Teferi's protection, right? And I made these guys. And you can make them too. And that's kind of the whole point of this. I know I'm being silly, but let me see if I can break it down. First off, you think to yourself, I want to be an artist. I want to make a proxy. I'm going to make the best proxy in the world. Well, maybe you can. Not with my expertise. I'm going to link the Mox Cardboard TV below. First off, you need to brainstorm about your idea. What do you want to do? Like I did. I thought to myself, what matches card-wise with the current event or with your theme that you want for your deck, or could just be a proxy card like a Jeweled Lotus or a Black Lotus or, Power 9 stuff. To note as well, you're going to have a good printer. I had a laser printer that I was using, and it seemed to work pretty good. It's not ideal for printing cards, but they're proxies, and I feel like they turned out decent. I was actually able to print on holographic sheets that I bought off Amazon, and that was pretty cool. I'll show you an example of that later. After you figure out your direction, after you figure and brainstorm your idea, I think right now we'll just try to recreate the Force of Will that we saw with a picture of Force of Will. You need to go to photop.com, and that's actually what I use for editing all my stuff thus far. So the websites you're going to want to know for this project are photop.com, which is photop, looks like this, Scryfall. Scryfall to me has the best card images out there. If you're trying to do any proxies, they have a fairly big file size. So let's do Force of Will. So look, this card's like $100, $200. You might want to proxy this one. So Force of Will, just go right here, save the file. Save it as a Force of Will. And you can just exit out of that. You don't need that anymore. We're just going to use the card frame that for the original card. You can also build a card from the ground up if you want to do your own art, your own borders, all that stuff, like a full art token. I will link Mox Cardboard TV down below. He does a great tutorial on how to do that with Photop. Now that you have Force of Will, the card, saved onto your computer, you're going to want to go to Google or a search site and find an image that you can use for the card. So actually the first thing to pop up was Will Smith Oscars, which is unfortunate because the man won a Best Actor award. But if we want to just do that, we'll click on it, and then we can right click on it because that looks like a 4K image. It looks like a big file size there. You just save the image, and Oscars, Will Smith, Chris Rock. Okay, that's good enough for me. All right, go to Photop. And then we are going to go to a new project. I should open this. YouTube profile pic is 800 by 800 pixels. That'll be fine for right now. I prefer to have my background black, so we'll change that here with this square. You can name it something here, so we'll name this Force of Will. All right, so now we have a black background, which we will add the Force of Will JPEG, and that fits nice right there. And then we will fit the other file that we saved off the internet of Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. and we will just hold down and drag it over. All right, so now that this is on here, we are going to downsize it. Imagine that. So that's the center. Line it up there where you can't see any of the original artwork. Even though we love you, Therese Nilsson, we're gonna hide it for now. So now what we can do is come in here, downsize it just a bit. If you left click this eraser tool, it will select it. If you right click it, you can choose between eraser tool or background eraser. Let's choose background eraser. And before we get to erasing, let's change the settings of it. We're going to go up here and push this shaded option. And we're going to up this to about 150 to 160 pixels is generally what I've found works pretty good. And it's about that big. So this is going to delete the background. You want to try to hold it kind of center. And the diameter of your circle depends on how much it erases and what it's reading to erase. And you'll have to play with it because I'm not perfect at it either. But I do know that this layer will have to be rasterized. Now, what rasterizing means, I have no clue. All I know is that it has to happen and you click OK. You'll left click on the image to attempt to do the background. It will confirm that you want to rasterize this object. Just push OK. It allows you to edit it basically. So right here, we're just going to click and try to erase some of this background. So I noticed that that took away a little too much. I'm going to go to Edit, Undo. Undo is your friend. So we want to make sure that our background eraser is still selected. If you center that up there, it should take that out. All right. And then maybe right there. And then we'll take this out behind him. And then now that we have the floor level here more or less worked out, we're going to change from background erasing, and we'll do that again by clicking right click, and then we'll left click eraser tool. Now it turns up that it's pretty small. We're going to change this again to the kind of faded one, the blur. And you can change the size. With this tool, the bigger the size, the more radius it has for blurring. So we're going to go around 75, and that should be plenty. And I'm going to hold it kind of away to see how it reacts. It should do pretty good here. All right, so that's working pretty good. So then I'll hold it, just kind of clicking away at it. I think we're going to kind of leave it at that, guys. It doesn't look too bad. And you just made your first meme card. So what you'll do now is come up here and select File. And you're going to want to export it. You can save as a PSD, and that will save it in this form. I'm not going to save it like that because it's too simple to do this, guys. Export. You can save it as a JPEG, a GIF, well, not a GIF because it's not moving, but PNG is what we're going to choose. And we are going to go 800 by 800. That is fine. Now that you have this saved as a PNG, we're going to leave this site. And we're going to open up the PNG. And we're going to go to our downloads. And we choose our extended art. Right? I'm going to select the card image. Go to Tools, Crop, and that will crop the black excess off. And then we will save that file, exit out of this, and now we will open up a internet browser once again and go to what I have found to be the most useful thing is Google Docs. Go to Google Docs, and then you will be able to come up here to your main menu. Actually, start a blank one. And what you'll do here is insert an image. And this is going to be force of will, the PNG version. Okay, we're going to open that up right here, and you can see that it's as big as the page. So if you wanted to do a big card image, you could do that. But what you can do to resize it like a normal card is right click this image, then go down to image options. You can do size and rotation here, and what you'll do is just change it to unlock the aspect ratio first. It needs to be 2.50 and 3.50. There you go. 2.5 by 3.5. Now it is a normal card size. It will be seen as a normal card size. So now what you do, if you go to try to print this, you could just print this one, and that's totally cool. If you wanted to line them up and print a bunch of these cards, go to File. That is File. Don't go to Format. And go to Page Setup. Page Setup. Go to Landscape Orientation. And select OK. Now, you can also go back to File, Page Setup, make your margins 1/4 inch. Click OK. And then you can fit more on. Now, copy the image, select next to it, paste. Then you're just good to go. You just keep on pasting. And this should go on to, yep, it'll fit on 8 on a page. I've got to show y'all actual cards. Hold on. Wow, I can't believe that I almost forgot this. Okay, so right now, this is all I have as far as proxies that I've made. But I feel like some of them turned out decent. This is the foil tundra that I did. This is an example of the foil sheets that I got. You can clearly see that the laser print, I'm going to learn you something. Laser printing is actually like a powder. I didn't know that. I thought the full Black Lotus, I feel like it turned out decent. You can see on the edges though where I cut it. Guys, there's a lot that goes into this, but it's a really easy if you're just printing it and doing that. This is like a vinyl sticker. Sarah Angel. That's an actual card. And then these are actually not backed. I used magic like lands to back those because they're foil. You're gonna know that they're not real. And this is an example of the sticker, the vinyl. Yeah, it's a vinyl sticker. Mox Emerald, Plateau Bayou. Maybe we can give away some of these proxies, guys. Comment down below if you're interested. But yeah, these were my first attempts. And I literally used like Elmer's glue. It was ridiculous. But all these cards are out of my price range. I've always disclosed that I use them in decks. I'm not trying to hide anything when I use these. I'm not trying to dupe anybody. Personally, I think it would be very difficult unless you had a really nice printer to dupe anyone. But you know, I know there's people out there that could do it. Just not me. Right now, I'm so glad that you're still with me because I know that this is a long video. But I hope you enjoyed the video about the proxies. Check out the links below. I'm just glad that I got to see you. Yeah. I'll miss you. I'll miss you till next time. Have a good one.